Here I go again with a watch that you cannot get, which for you guys, I'm sure it's the case because it's definitely with me, just makes you want the darn thing even more. This is the Aries Mission Timer Carr Mod-2. This is the second version of this particular watch, and then it's done in this colorway. I was just talking to a good buddy of mine about just human nature and how we tend to want things that we can't or shouldn't have. And I'm sure that's part of the allure towards this watch for me. But I was able to score it. And there's other ones that I like as well out there. There's watches that I like that I'm struggling to find. And I'm not going to talk about them necessarily because I don't want the competition to pick one up. So that's another aspect of the hunt for hard to get items. And that might be the case for the Aries watch. There's some of these on eBay. They occasionally pop up. The prices are all over the place. If you order directly from Aries watches, I'll put a link in the description. They don't even post their prices now. Like they're almost, I want to say, elusive. Like if you want one, you basically have to contact them and ask them for a watch, I think, and order it and then just wait and see. I don't know how it works. I have ordered one brand new from them in the past, and things just didn't kind of pan out. This one I actually picked up used from a buddy in my Discord group. So he takes very good care of his watches. He gave me an incredible deal on it, and it's the full kit, which is really cool. It actually comes in this super heavy duty, well, it's a legit Pelican case, and it's also labeled and everything. So their packaging and their watches, I know maybe we've joked about it, and I know some people have maybe had some bad experiences with them, but all I can say is, dang it, they're actually really cool. So this is my personal watch. Like I said, I did pick it up used. It is a quartz watch. Is it a perfect watch? No. Is it a very utilitarian, military-looking, heavy-duty, kind of manly-looking watch? Absolutely. Do I have any business wearing it? Probably not. But let's just get into it. The Cerakote stainless steel case is 41.2 millimeter wide. The the bezel overhangs a little bit and is actually 42 millimeter. Doesn't look like it overhangs that much, but did I measure that wrong? Yeah, it's 42. It's just those cogs stick out a little bit. They look like they'd be DNA collectors, but they're not. They're actually kind of smooth. They have a really deep track to them, but they're rounded off and they're fairly smooth, but they still offer a ton of traction. Very nice bezel action. It's soft, but it works just good, and it's solid. The lug to lug is a 49.75. You do have drilled lugs, of course. Like I said, this is all Cerakoted. They do this in-house too. 13 millimeter thick, flat sapphire crystal up top. 22 millimeter lug width. I don't remember what strap this came on. Typically, they come on like a nylon type strap. I paired it up with the Strap Habit camo strap. I think it works perfect for it, but there's tons of options with that 22 millimeter lug width. You have a 7 millimeter screw down crown positioned up here at the 10 o'clock position. Kind of fun. 120 click bezel, I already showed you that. Inside is the quartz movement. It's from Ronda. It's a 715, and it has 5 jewels in it. Should have a 10-year battery life on it, which is very nice. It'll have an end-of-life indicator, so the second hand will tick more than once to let you know that, it's time to change the battery. Changing the battery shouldn't be that big of a deal. You just unscrew that case back, take care of the gasket, make sure everything's good, make sure it's clean, change out the battery, put it back together. Or you could have a professional watchmaker do that for you, and then they would actually retest the water resistance on it, so that way you can verify that it is still sealed up. This is serial number 12 from the Carr Mod-2. I have no idea how many they made. I can't find a ton of information on this as far as regarding like how many they made, or on the first gen either. Date over here in between the 4 and 5 o'clock position. Just a really cool watch. I think the price, if I'm just speculating here, I think the price was around $1,000 for it. I could be wrong, but it was probably up there. It was probably close to that. Here it is on my 7 1/4 inch wrist. It wears great. I think it looks great. Like I said, very utilitarian. Has those, I'm not sure what kind of axe those are, survival axe or something. I'm not sure what those are called exactly. You guys can correct me on that, but that's part of the Jack Carr type book series and all that stuff. The loom on this thing is very good. It's fully loomed out. You can get other models from Aries. They have non-bezeled ones, non-rotating bezel ones. They even have a GMT one as well. They're all extremely difficult to find, and they, like I said, their price points are all over the place. So if you have one, chime in. The comment section is open on this. I just ask keep the comments clean. Other than that, bad experience, good experience, your thoughts on it, yeah, let it fly. I don't care. Just keep the comments clean, and they will stay. I don't remove comments. You got to keep them clean. That's all. I mean, the loom on this is incredible. You can't argue the fact that A, it's a really cool looking watch. B, the loom is great. The specs are good. And C, like I said before, they're hard to get. So it makes me want it even more on top of all that really cool stuff. On the backside, yeah, I've heard all the stories. If you haven't, read the comments. You'll hear them there. See you guys in the next vid.